If we can't hold 7,200, this would confirm a brand new type of market environment for Bitcoin where we rally off a low point and we break below the golden retrace. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson. Today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. We're going to be going over some short-term stuff, some long-term stuff. If you've been watching this channel, we've been talking about getting a break to the downside of the descending triangle to get a standard correction in the Bitcoin market. We're going to be going over what I mean by a standard correction. So right now, a lot of people are wondering whether Bitcoin is creating large-scale macro structure for a continued bull market or whether it is entering a bear market. And we're going to be talking about what we need to look out for to confirm whether Bitcoin is creating a long-term uptrend or entering a bear market. And for all my viewers who haven't created a free account on the CryptoWatch platform, I highly encourage you to create a free account by clicking that link below. It is the best all-in-one platform for managing your crypto portfolio. Now let's get right into the Bitcoin analysis. So a lot of people have noticed by now that Bitcoin goes through very similar cycles when it is entering bear markets and exiting bear markets and entering long-term trends. So we're gonna start off here with the weekly chart, looking at Bitcoin from the long term. So let's first start off by going to the previous bear market and measuring the percentage drop from the swing high to swing low of the bear market. And we can see that Bitcoin did drop about 85% from the peak of the bull market to the low of the bear market. Now let's move over to the current high of the last bull market at 20,000 or just below 20,000 and mark up the high of the bull market to the low of the bear market. Bitcoin did see an 83% drop from the high of the bull market to the low of the bear market. So in that regard, things are quite similar. Now let's move back to the previous bull market to take a look at what Bitcoin did when it exited the bear market. So from the low of the previous bear market here in 2015 to the swing high of the next run, Bitcoin did pull back to the golden retrace. And if you go to the next parabolic advance from the swing low to swing high, Bitcoin pulled back just above the golden retrace here. And from the next swing low to the next swing high, Bitcoin did pull back just below the golden retrace, and then we broke the all-time high level. And on the next parabolic advance, Bitcoin went from swing low to swing high, did pull back to the golden retrace, just above the golden retrace. And from this swing low to this swing high, Bitcoin did pull back to the golden retrace. So if you guys have been watching this channel for the past few months, ever since we saw this blow off top here and this next lower high right here, on this channel, we've been looking for a pullback to the golden retrace. And if you go from swing low to swing high, Bitcoin has now pulled back just above the golden retrace. And as we just saw, analyzing these parabolic moves, this is a standard correction for Bitcoin to make, and we've been looking out for a standard retrace in the price of Bitcoin. So overall, things are quite similar. We saw an 85% decline from the high for Bitcoin. We saw a rally and a pullback just above the golden retrace. One thing you'll notice about the previous bull market is that Bitcoin never had a weekly candle close below the 21 EMA. Looking at the 21 EMA here on the weekly, Bitcoin had never seen a weekly candle close below the 21 EMA. And the first time that Bitcoin did see a weekly candle close below the 21 EMA, this was actually an indication of a continued bear market, and we did see a consolidation and then a breakdown after that. And right now, Bitcoin is actually seeing a pullback below the 21 EMA on the weekly. And of course, a lot of people are talking about the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart. So right now, Bitcoin also never broke below the 200 simple in the past bull market, but we are breaking below the 200, the green 200 simple right now in this current pullback, and we're also breaking below the blue 21 EMA on the weekly in this current pullback. So overall, structurally, things aren't different. I mean, we did see 85% pullback, and then we saw a rally out of the bear market and a retrace to the just above the golden retrace, which is extremely common in the last bull market. But we are seeing a break below key moving averages. So right now, a lot of people are really worried about the fact that we are breaking below some key moving averages. So one thing we need to remember is on a lot of these parabolic advances here for Bitcoin, you see a sharp decline in the price and it immediately gets bought back up. But right now we are seeing weekly candles bearishly close on this what could be a potential parabolic advance. Now, if you're looking at the daily chart, we never actually saw a sharp decline in like a true blow off bottom with a reversal like an equal opposite reaction, sell volume, and then an equal amount of buy volume. A nice reaction low for this parabolic advance. I mean, guys, if we are creating long-term macro structure here for Bitcoin, you want to see good volume come into the market off this low right here. And right now, we're not necessarily getting that. We're not necessarily getting that reaction low that I'm looking for with a nice increase in volume. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we are seeing good accumulation right here, but there is no reaction low to sort of punctuate the macro trend here. We're just sort of seeing, horizontal lows, lower highs, a little bit lackluster price action here, and we're seeing some accumulation, but we're not getting any major reaction lows. In my opinion, when you see market activity like this does not bring in much confidence into the market. When the price is sort of just trading sideways like this doesn't really bring in all too much confidence for people to go in, make large long-term investments for Bitcoin. I think people are still looking for a continued pullback right now. Right now, it is still possible that we could be creating a parabolic advance here in the price of Bitcoin. But one thing we need to look out for is a nice reaction low. And in my opinion, the golden retrace is sitting just below us here at 7,200. So it's totally possible that Bitcoin has some more continued downside. Right now, the golden retrace is coming in at about $7,200. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback to about $7,200. And, at that point, finding significant volume at the $7,200 level before a continued rally. But of course, just because we hit the golden retrace doesn't mean that we are confirmed, hitting the low point for Bitcoin. We need to see good volume coming at that point. And if Bitcoin is unable to find significant volume at the golden retrace and we do break below that level, at that point, you would be hitting some lower targets, possibly the 786 at about $5,400, right? If we do continue down to the golden retrace at 7,200, that would be another 11% drop from where we are now. And if we can't hold the golden retrace, that's going to be another 23%, 24% drop from where the golden retrace is. So overall, in my opinion, another 10 to 11% dip to the golden retrace is extremely likely. And I think it's quite possible that we could see enough volume at this level for a continued bounce. But of course, once we hit that point, we're going to have to judge the volume once we hit that point, right? Just because we hit the golden retrace doesn't mean it's a confirmation of a low. You need to see that volume confirm that low, a nice reaction low. If you're looking at the previous bull market, volume builds on all these lows, right? So we need to see volume building off this low here. But if you aren't able to hold that golden retrace, you're going to see another 25% drop to the 786 before potentially finding enough volume. If we can't hold 7,200, this would confirm a brand new type of market environment for Bitcoin where we rally off a low point and we break below the golden retrace, and Bitcoin doesn't find long-term bullish structure off the low of a bear market. So right now we are still in bullish territory. In my opinion, we can still hit 7,200 before getting a major reaction low and a rally out of this area. But of course, if we don't hold this area, this would confirm that Bitcoin is creating a completely different market environment going into the future here as Wall Street gets involved in Bitcoin. And at that point, we could see a longer term consolidation for multiple years before actually getting enough momentum for the next bull market. But that's just how I'm seeing the markets right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and definitely click that link below if you would like to create a free account on the CryptoWatch platform. And I will see you guys in the next video.